Well, hello again, everybody. Hope you're doing well. This is another flight with the Mini 2. We can get through these clouds. Anyway, here we go. Another beautiful day. Going up, headed south this time. It was a day. Well, look at that. The horizon looks halfway decent this time on the Mini 2. Can't believe it. It was a day where the wind was blowing from the north at about 10, 10 plus, maybe close to 15 miles an hour at times. So I usually, when the old girl goes up, when Peggy Sue takes off, she likes to have her nose and her face into the wind. But it was just a flight completed with her going north. So this is a flight headed south with the wind. So it's not going to be very far. I'm always mindful of making sure that she's got enough battery to come back when the wind is the wrong direction. When you have to turn around and fly back into the wind, it tends to shorten your flight time immensely. So you have to figure that in and calculate that in. This is some beautiful green, as you can tell. The woods and everything is greened up. We've had in my house over 7.5 inches of rain last week. And for the year, we've had, looking at it right now, almost 22 inches of rain for the year. So we've had enough rain, that's for sure, and there's more on the way. So just doing a panning here. Beautiful area to fly. You can look at that pond, that small lake, that pond there. Look at the moss in it and everything, how it's turned over from having so much muck drain into it, and then the temperatures when it gets real hot, the oxygen in the bottom of the lake just turns over on itself. It just makes the lake it's not good for the fish either. So anyway, I'm just taking some shots. I'm looking for some trails in the woods again, human, man-made, deer trails, things like that interest me. And I like to see the patterns. There's that tilt in the horizon again. I knew it'd be there sooner or later. It's not real bad. The Mini 2, though, it's just terrible on it. I mean, I can't understand why DJI has not come up with some kind of firmware fix for that where you don't have to try to get your gimbal horizon set every time you fly. Like you can look at that. I was flying to the side, and when you fly to the side with the Mini 2, look at the tilt in it now. And she should start straight. She's starting to straighten back out now that I'm flying south again with the wind. So that's one of the prices I guess you pay for such a light drone. It's just, the wind. It flies good in the wind. Don't get me wrong. This little girl, Peggy Sue, can take some wind. She goes up in 20, 22 mile an hour winds, even a little more all the time, and she does really, really well. The only thing that she doesn't deal with well is when the wind is either blowing a little bit to the side of her and she's not going straight into the wind or flying with the wind. Then that gimbal issue tends to show itself, rear its ugly head up more than normal. Like I said, it's always got that gimbal issue, but as you can see there, I'm facing into the wind. That's north now, or she is facing into the wind, and horizon looks real good. So that's one of the drawbacks of the Mini 2. It just when it gets flying a little off kilter to the wind, strange things tend to happen with the gimbal. So, but for what it is, she does a great job. This here was shot. This video was shot in 4K, 30 frames a second. She likes recording in that. She does a real good job recording in that, although 1080p would probably be much easier to deal with as far as size of files and uploading and everybody I know, not everybody, but most people I know don't even have anything that will let them watch the video on 10 or 4K unless they're streaming to their 4K TV set. Most everybody I know does not have do not have 4K video on their laptops or their computers. So, kind of recording in 4K kind of is useless for uploading to YouTube because they compress it anyway. So I do it when I fly because I watch a lot of most of my videos are for my own home entertainment and for fun, and I can watch it in 4K on my TV and really, really enjoy it. And it looks beautiful on a large 4K TV. So most of the time I'm going to be recording, or Peggy Sue will be in 4K. Well, let's see. She's flying back north now. And this is a big field coming up that a lot of people hike. It's got some hiking trails on the side. You can see it. Bad thing about these fields right now, they're loaded with ticks. I got several on me last week. One I didn't get off me in time. Got next to a mole and didn't wash off in the shower after I came back home. So it was on me a couple days before I finally got it out of me. So I got a red welt there, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on it to make sure it doesn't go into Lyme disease. And Lyme disease it's something you don't want. I had a friend of mine, fellow worker, that caught Lyme disease, and he didn't get it taken care of quick enough, and he eventually passed away, but he was only 58 years old. But I know at work it used to just tear him up at work. Terrible migraine headaches and things like that. So folks, if you're out in the woods, besides spraying and taking care of yourself, don't think that will do 100% job, because it won't. And I use permethrin to treat my clothes with when I'm out in the woods too, which is very, very good. But don't ever believe that you're not going to pick up ticks, because they get on you. So anyway, we're flying over a lot of wooded area now and coming up to some open fields again. I like flying over the woods. Earlier in the year, there were a lot of dogwood trees that were blooming, and you could pick them out of the woods here. Now, not so much anymore. Just with all the rain that's been falling, everything is just crazy green. I mean, you can't keep up with mowing or anything else. As fast as you mow, needs mowing again. So, but this area, now I'm headed east, and the sky has got a little bit brighter because it is morning. I'm not headed east. Peggy Sue's headed east. And we're approaching our lodge. This is a lodge that I belong to, and I fly over and take a look at it. A little aerial view. See what's going on? Nothing's going on, but it's just beautiful, beautiful area out there. So I think we're going to fly up and take a picture, and maybe a zoom in picture of it, just for the fun. There's a big deck that we like to sit on there, and fellowship with other lodge members. Let me see, I think there it is. There's a little zoom for you. That's 2-power zoom at 4K on the Mini 2. It does a pretty good job, really. So we're going to do an we're going to fly sideways here, I believe, coming up. I don't know how much tilt I'm going to get, but I think we're going to try to do a little sideways fly. Yeah, we're flying sideways now, coming back, and you can see there is some tilt, but we're straightening out now a little bit. So now we're headed west with a little. Now we're headed southwest. The camera is anyway, and the drone. Decided to fly south or sideways again and get a picture of this nice little lake here. Real pretty country out here. I like flying sideways a lot, but boy, you don't have any obstacle avoidance. You really got to be careful. So I don't know. I think Peggy Sue is up about 250 feet here or so, and she's just above the treetops, far enough to where she doesn't have to worry about bumping into anybody, I don't think. So now we're going to straighten out a little bit and fly almost due west. Go around this a little bit behind this place. Follow the yellow brick road, only it's white this time. But look at this field coming up on the left, how they cut this. Somebody was drunk or something when they did this field and cut that through there. I guess it could be considered a walking trail, and you just keep making loops and going crazy. You know, that's the only thing I could think of why somebody would do that. I mean, the field was cut regular, obviously, and then somebody came back through with a mower and went bananas. Somebody's got way too much time on their hands here. So let's see, we're coming back up. I think she's coming back up to the shelter house now. And there's a walking trail in there. A little bit of parking. So once again, she is flown without a hitch. I have not updated any of the firmware on this for a couple months now, since people started having trouble with the firmware to begin with. I haven't done any updates on it, and I was having problems with it for a while with disconnects and very bad signal strength, but it seems to have straightened out since I haven't done any updates. I keep getting the please update, please update, please update, but I don't think so. I think she's flying quite well right now, and why ruin a good thing? So we're coming back to the end of our flight here. She doesn't have precision landing, and as you can see, there's a big tree, the shade's right there, hanging over, that she's got to get under and get back to home there. So she's almost home. So everybody stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. That's all I can tell you in this world nowadays. And hopefully we'll get some more content out soon to you. There she goes.